A fake trade occurs. 2 different triple threat tag team matches. Emanilina is still coming soon, and history has been made because the Raw After Show is right now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Dig it. Yeah. Here comes the act.
Oh,
here comes the smash.
Here comes the axe, and here comes the smash.
Oh yeah, are we getting a mashup, Jimbo, in the booth? I think we is. That's right, everybody. It's official. Well, as of Wednesday, it'll be official. But New Day rocks, baby. They went through 2 triple threat tag team matches tonight and just escaped with the tag team titles, and we congratulate them. And we welcome you to the Raw After Show right here on AfterBuzz TV. We got a 2-man squadron today. Ty Matthews happens to be in New York. Marquia McCarty is on assignment. So we got Barnesy and we got Loquasto here for you. And everyone in chat roll, thanks for joining us. Spread the word. Let's pack this joint because history has been made in my hometown of Philadelphia tonight. Always a great wrestling town.
We got a great, the tag team title record just got demolished.
It did get demolished officially on Wednesday, apparently.
Officially on Wednesday, but tonight it wasn't easy for the New Day.
And I love that.
Not easy.
I love that. I thought after the first match that was going to be it. I'm like, all right, well, it's official. And then you saw the seedings of the other triple threat. I'm like, oh, this is going to be something.
Yeah, and both of them solid matches.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I didn't quite know if they were going to pull it off.
I mean, they were hyping it up quite heavily that it was going to happen, but yeah, I mean, you know, they could have snuck in. Mm-hmm. Owens and Jericho could have been rekindled.
It was something. It was
or the
really...
Shield reunited as champions. But,
that's true.
But you know,
well, it was very fun to watch. Let's do the quick intros here. I'm Jonny Loquasto. Find me on Twitter at JQuasto. Of course, the Wrestling Compadre Slamcast on Fox Sports every single week. Which we had a hell of a week. I actually pissed off the New Day, which maybe we'll get to at the end of the episode. I now owe them an apology, which I may get to this week. But this man right here, he is a very funny actor and comedian. Right now, he's crushing it for Geico.
Oh God!
In the Geico football spot, cashing them checks. And,
You're advertising more for the Geico ad than the Geico ad itself.
Well, I'm proud of you.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate that.
And follow him on Twitter at Erik with a K. W Barnes. He's Erik Barnes.
Hey, everybody. Glad to be back for AfterBuzz Raw, and now we have a 2-man power trip.
Yes, we do.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be fantastic.
Fun.
Well, speaking of the New Day, and of course we got Jimbo in the booth.
Jimbo.
Hi.
Hey! Signature catchphrase.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, man, he's got those catchphrases on lockdown. So New Day opens the show, the aforementioned New Day. They put over the tag team title record, of course, over 25 years old. You heard Demolition's music starting off this show. What an incredible tag team they were. I mean, just destruction. Well, it says it in their lyrics.
Jimbo and I were talking WWE action figures earlier, the Hasbro kind. And,
oh, did you?
And the Demolition were my first wrestling action figures that I got at a flea market painted up. So my earliest fantasy booking matches was booking Axe versus Smash.
Okay.
Until I was able to get some other figures going on.
Just like in the Royal Rumble that year.
Just like was it the 90? It was the 92 Rumble, was it? No. That was way too late.
No, it was it was before. I want to say it was 90, but chat roll, you can tell me if some of you guys know this, but I remember as a kid thinking how amazing that was when you see I forget if it was Axe or Smash that came out first. I want to say it was Axe.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, Axe is coming out first. Who's next? Bam, why is Demolition's music playing twice? Oh, it's Smash.
Yeah.
As a kid, I was like, this is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, because that was a new thing for WWF at the time.
Yeah.
WWE at the time.
And of course, Fuji was just watching them both.
Yeah.
Super great.
Not knowing who to hook with the cane.
Right. What are you going to do? But what a record it was, and of course New Day, they've held the titles for 477, 78 days. I lost track, but it's right around there. Woods dedicated the night to his grandma, and then a lovely grandma chant from the crowd. And the only thing that stands in their way is a triple threat tag team match tonight. Xavier's the brain, Kofi is the smooth leg. He's the brain leg, Kofi's the smooth leg, and Big E is the big, thick, meaty third leg.
You get it?
Nope.
Get it?
Yep.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah.
And they have a New Day Booty-O's banquet being arranged in the back, and which is pretty cool.
Champagne, giant punch bowl filled with Booty-O's.
Have you had Booty-O's yet?
I have yet to have Booty-O's.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I probably should, because they make sure I'm not in booty.
If someone wants to send a box of Booty-O's to AfterBuzz Studios as a Christmas gift, we can give you the address. Just send it soon.
That's fine.
Because I'm going home for the holidays. I would love
What
to
a
have some
wonderful
Booty-O's.
Christmas gift it would be.
Right?
To open up and unwrap a box of Booty-O's.
Yeah, if you're not going to buy a Wrestling and Padres t-shirt, send a box of Booty-O's.
Yeah!
Either one will take it. So we kick it off with the Raw Tag Team Championship match. New Day versus Gallows and Anderson versus Cesaro and Sheamus. And this didn't go quite as long as I expected, but still, just a fantastic match. Cesaro had that flurry.
Yeah. And
wow.
and deadlifted Kofi. Kofi attempted a small package cradle, and he just herked him up for a suplex.
Just incredible. I mean, when Cesaro jumped outside the ring, I forget the order who he did something to Kofi, jumped on E, did something else and something else.
Yeah. It was Cesaro being the Cesaro that he is and that we all love.
Yeah, old school Cesaro.
He always does a little bit more than he needs to, and I mean that in a great way.
Yeah, and I think, you know, we see that and we realize, oh wait, Cesaro is destined for a lot of titles.
He's destined for greatness.
We can only hope. He's already great, but he's
yeah.
destined for a lot of titles we could hope down the road.
True.
But yeah, a lot of great moments in this. You know, Gallows hits a massive roundhouse sidekick. Sheamus gets the bro kick on Anderson. Kofi hits Trouble in Paradise on Sheamus. Big E holds back Cesaro as Kofi pins Sheamus. And then New Day beats the record.
Yay!
That's it, right? That's it.
That's it. The shortest episode of AfterBuzz of all time.
That's the whole show.
That is it.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go enjoy whatever's on the network. What is on the network?
Happy holidays.
Is it a cartoon show? I'm not quite sure.
Story time and
Might be story time.
I don't know.
Who knows?
205 Live.
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah.
205 Live it's picking up.
Indeed.
I'm digging it, and I hope I really hope the audiences start getting more into it as well.
Agreed. Heavily.
And tonight was great. We saw a couple different storylines in the cruiserweights, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So New Day beats the record. They retain the Raw tag team titles, and of course, there's a celebration in the back with the roster. Not many that we know, but there was a lot of people back.
There was a Bayley there.
There was a Bayley.
Yeah.
There was a Deanna Purrazzo. There was
was.
I think there was a Mr. Backlund.
Yes, Mr. Backlund was there, along with his protege.
Was Darren Young there? I did not notice that.
Darren Young was there.
Okay.
At least he was during the setup where everyone's like, yeah, initially.
If you're going to be great again, you got to learn how to celebrate great.
Indeed.
So that's why they were there.
Well, I think Mr. Backlund is a fine proprietor and endorser of Booty-O's. Because they make sure you're not booty. And I don't know, maybe they have some health benefits that we're unaware of.
I mean, most cereals don't.
Most cereals don't.
Let's be honest.
I know. But
mean, there's a couple.
maybe Mr. Backlund sees something in the riboflavin that's involved.
If you rock some Special K, I think you might be doing something good for your body. But otherwise, not so
Well,
much.
it depends on the type of Special K you're referring to.
I have no idea. It's been a while since I've had
Kicks
cereal.
are kid tested, mother approved.
Yeah, I don't know if I buy that, Jimbo.
Yeah, and Bob Backlund, not a mother that I'm aware of.
Nope.
But we'll see. But yeah, celebration with champagne
And we had some
cereal.
CZW people there as well, because obviously we're in Philadelphia, so I imagine a lot of CZW folks were used, which, hey, they're part of the United Wrestling Network with Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. We love CZW. And so it's all part of the family, which is great. So the celebration continues. Hugs, champagne, Booty-O's. Stephanie makes a toast. Here's to the longest reigning tag team champions. Well, that's when the champagne corks pop. And as you know, Erik, champagne's a little unpredictable.
It can be.
Yeah.
Especially when shook it up and held in celebratory fashion.
Cyril gets a little Cyril spill from the massive bowl. That's even big for Big E. Stephanie gets completely soaked and then flips over the punch bowl full of Booty-O's. Which, that's a waste of Booty-O's, really.
It is, yeah.
I want to know who got hit with the Booty-O's.
Oh, virtually.
That's a lot of Booty-O's, man.
That's a lot of Booty-O's and a lot of people to get hit by him. I'm pretty sure it just showered over half the roster of CZW.
And I'll tell you what, I was envious of Big E. I've always wanted to eat with a ladle. Like, just go to town. Love that.
I might have done that before, actually.
Really?
With like a bowl of like Rice Krispies.
Back in your college days?
Yeah, back in the college days. I didn't have a lot of dishes or
You didn't have
dishware.
cereal, but you found a ladle somewhere?
I didn't have a spoon.
You stole it from the cafeteria, don't lie.
Probably.
You definitely did.
Yeah, I definitely. Hey, I'm paying for the
The meal plan?
The meal plan. That's what it was called.
Man,
Yeah,
every
might as well.
college, you find me a college that doesn't rip you off with the meal plan, I'll call you a liar.
Oh, for that night, it made it worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. So Stephanie walks away very, very angry, to say the least. Then we get a recap of Braun and Sami from 3 weeks ago. Thank God Jimbo's in the booth and I don't have to hear Braun's music. That's good. With Sami getting destroyed. Exactly. So Foley stops at Sami. You know, we all know what happened. God. Dang it.
I'm sorry. I'll take blame for that because I encouraged that behavior.
Thank you, Jimbo. So, yeah, Sami tweeted to Mick that he wants Braun Strowman or else.
Dun, dun, dun.
Wait, was that the beginning of Here Comes the Bride? It sounded
No,
like
that's
it.
dun, 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 dun.
Oh.
But this is like the ominous.
You're like
dun,
Vanilla Ice
dun,
pretending that he didn't rip off Under Pressure.
There you go.
Oh!
Yes.
It sounded like Here Comes the Bride. To me, it was like, you're like Vanilla Ice when he was trying to pretend he didn't
There's
rip
an
off
extra
Under
tick in
Pressure.
there.
There's an extra little bitty ting. That's what it was like. I thought it was Here Comes the Bride.
It's the first time and probably only time I'll ever be compared to Vanilla Ice, both in
Yes.
in music and in
He's
success.
a good businessman.
He is.
He's doing quite well.
The
for
man
himself.
flips houses very well.
Flips houses.
Yeah.
And he saved his money. Who would have thought?
Good on him.
So Braun Strowman enters the ring. Stephanie's backstage with a towel, asking a stagehand to get her some clothes. Kevin Owens walks up and, you know, starts to kiss a little bootay, if you will. And she's like, look, I'm not in the mood right now. He's like, well, I have an idea for you. I have an idea. And, you know, the New Day, they may need to be punished. And she's like, all right, let me go get cleaned up and come back and we'll talk. Next thing you know, we got Braun Strowman taking on the Axeman.
Curtis Axel. Strowman showing off some new stuff every week now.
Yeah, what would you think?
Yeah, torture rack, swatted Axel as he was jumping off the top rope, and I think it's a good thing because now all the Braun Strowman squash matches don't necessarily look alike from week to week. So that's good on one hand. On the other, I kind of wish that Strowman had one established finisher, whether it's as much as I can't stand the backwards choke slam.
Sure.
Or I think he was using a tree slam or something in previous weeks, but now he does this wheelbarrow faceplant flapjack.
I think it's kind
And
of
I
cool
think that
though.
was
He's
pretty
doing
cool.
different things.
I agree. But it'd be cool to see the one devastating move to kind of help cement him.
I think that's
a
coming.
monster.
It's coming for sure. Unfortunately, Axel, you know, I love the fact I like seeing him. Didn't work out too well for him.
No, sadly.
Yeah. Got the flapjack. Byron interviews Strowman in the ring, and he asks him for a response to Sami Zayn's tweet. Strowman says that Foley is protecting Sami Zayn as he should. Sami Zayn can't last 2 minutes in the ring with me, nor can anyone else.
And then they scream Braun, and then that's his music, and he goes home.
That was it.
Yeah.
Mick's watching it backstage. Sami approaches him and demands the match with Strowman. Foley's like, I can't do it. He's like, you can or you won't. And flat out, Mick says, you can't beat him.
Yeah.
I can't put you in danger. I love these two together.
Yeah.
The chemistry between them, it's fantastic. And this is the best of the night.
Yeah.
It only got better from there.
It was better than it was in previous weeks when I'm more of a little bit goes a long way, and we've seen I'd say a little bit too much yelly Foley passion speeches, but this was a case in which it totally flowed, and it totally matched back and forth, especially later on.
Yeah.
It fit in with the narrative of the story.
And I really love how the whole thing was orchestrated with Sami. Because
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I absolutely thought that we were going to see the trade.
Indeed.
Because, you know, we've seen trades before, but as a sports fan, I really love the way this trade was coming about. Because in sports, you have disgruntled athletes. You have athletes that are not happy with the city they're in. They're not happy with the coaching staff. They're not happy with the management or the ownership. And so they get antsy and they demand a trade. And sure enough, a trade happens. And I really dug the way that this was all happening.
Yeah, and to my knowledge, this is the only time WWE has ever touched upon that storyline-wise. I mean, they've done trades in the past, but it's mostly off-camera.
Out of nowhere.
Off-camera saying, oh, yeah, we traded these guys for these guys, so now they're on SmackDown or whatever, and there's no storyline element involved.
Yep.
And when they were talking like, well, it's time for the draft and time for the trades, it's like, no, we're just, scrambling the eggs all over again and separating them.
And he said, if you're not going to give me the opportunities I rightfully deserve on Raw, then maybe I don't need to be on Raw anymore. And he said, well, out of respect for you, I'm going to call Daniel Bryan right now.
And what a tease.
Yeah.
Because some people, including myself, were like, I would love to see Sami Zayn on SmackDown.
A lot of people would.
Yeah.
I mean, I think more people would rather see him on SmackDown than Raw.
Currently, yes, but it's still, but it was a good gotcha.
It was, and I'll be honest, up until the moment when Mick Foley announced the trade, I was on board. I was like, this trade's actually happening.
Yeah.
So, good work.
Yeah.
Good work
Fine
to the whole
job.
staff, man. It was well done.
Agreed.
Daivari versus Lince Dorado, and this is, it was Lince's debut, kinda.
Yeah, and that's the only negative that I have about all this.
Sure.
What were to happen, but the rest was amazing.
Absolutely. It didn't last too long before Jack Gallagher, the most gentlemanly man,
The extraordinary gentleman.
the extraordinary gentleman, he comes out and he says, I am going to announce that I am going to interfere in this match
Like a gentleman.
like a gentleman would. Mm-hmm. And he calls Daivari a scoundrel. And he said he's going to give him a thrashing. Daivari attacks. They both fight. Gallagher headbutts, and that headbutt's brutal.
I love it. It's old school. It looks like the
Dangerous, though. I mean, it's a little scary.
It's a little scary, but you can tell that he's not quite making full contact. He's hitting the shoulder.
Sure.
It just makes an amazing visual. Timothy Thatcher also does that too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've called many a Timothy Thatcher headbutt over the years, and he is one of my favorites to watch.
He's so good, and I'm glad Gallagher is doing that as well. I hope this I hope the Gallagher continues to rise in favor, especially if there's a scoundrel chant like there was this evening, and that picks
I'll
up.
say this: Philly was on point tonight.
Yeah.
I really and they weren't like Philly crowds are known for being very I want to say hostile or like sabotaging. They really didn't do that tonight. They were just really into it.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it was the Christmas spirit. Maybe Santa was coming to town. They could throw batteries at him. I'm not sure.
maybe they want batteries from Santa.
They might
for the next
so they can throw
couple
them at,
seasons.
So they
Yeah.
can throw them at another JD Drew.
Indeed.
I love all the Philly fan stories. They're ingrained in my head forever. But yeah, so Jack Gallagher, a moment like tonight, that really, really was good things for him.
Yeah. No,
It's different.
I want Jack Gallagher scoundrel T-shirts. I want Montebank. I want charlatan. I want all the old-timey insults
Absolutely.
being tossed about.
And he's so fun to watch in the ring. He's
Yeah.
super creative. And the thing is, when you look at him, you're like, you don't see a guy who's 5'5". You see a guy who can do damage.
Yeah. And he's built like in terms of physique, built like an old-timey strongman. And he wrestles like one, too. Mm-hmm. No matter what his opponent's size. And he does it. It's old-timey strongman, but he throws in a little bit of flair and kind of like a old 1800s circus performer at the same time.
Mm-hmm. And he is very athletic, and he's also good on the mic.
Yeah.
And the British accent always helps.
And that I've yet to see it hurt somebody.
British accents make everything better.
Yeah, even the Carney, even the not Carney, I forget Cockney accent.
It always makes you sound more intelligent.
Yeah, well, either more intelligent or more gruff and rough.
Either one.
Like, oh boy.
It works. Rollins comes out for the Rollins Report. First time we've seen that in quite some time with his guest Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens doesn't even. He just hits the ramp and he's like, "Here's my stool. I'm not going any closer." They do the typical, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens back and forth, and Owens announces that tonight there's going to be a tag team match. Chris Owens. Well, yeah, it's going to be Chris Owens.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho taking on the New Day for the tag team titles as punishment for the Champagne incident.
Which sounds like a good move on Owens' part,
Sure.
trying to mend fences with his best friend.
Well, yeah, but guess what? That best friend, he comes out next.
Oh yeah, and Jericho didn't seem too happy about it. Wasn't mad, but it's like this really doesn't change much.
Nope. You're crazy after you cost me the U.S. title last week. I'm not teaming up with you. I don't want to do this. And Owens says, well, guess what? The match is happening anyway, so buck up, Buttercup. It's going to happen. And, of course, Rollins is trying to, drive the wedge even thicker between them, saying that Owens is bossing him around. And Jericho just tells him to shut up and calls him a stupid idiot. And he's going to put him on the list. The disabled list.
That was the best because he almost got the entire crowd to cheer for him, and then he didn't, and he refused to give them what he wanted. What they wanted, I mean. But the disabled list, and then they all, Owens and Jericho, they mended fences to beat Rollins up for a little while.
Absolutely. Yeah, so that's going to happen tonight, the tag team match. The segment ends with Owens saving Jericho from pedigree by Rollins and the two fleeing. And I really enjoyed this interview next. Ended up being Rich Swann T.J. Perkins, and the Brian Kendrick, I really thought they all shined together.
Yeah.
Which is hard to do in a 3-man interview where they all show up separately.
Yeah.
You know, I thought they did a good job. And, you know, it's hard, too, when you... Brian Kendrick is standing further away from the other two. You got Charlie in the middle. You know, she did a good job, too. Getting the mic back and forth and not being confused with who's saying what. Like, you were able to really follow it the whole time. And I really dug it. I thought the three of them had good chemistry.
Well, it worked because it just focused more. Each guy had a particular focus. Kendrick was, I want that title, and I know Perkins is going to screw you. Mm-hmm. And Rich is like, well, I'm just going to defend my title, and I know that TJ is my friend. And TJ said, I'm just going to keep my cards to the vest, except to you, Kendrick. I'm going to show you what I'm all about right now.
I dug that.
Yeah.
The whole thing from start to finish, I really enjoyed it. And I love Kendrick. He doesn't rush, takes his time. Mm-hmm. You could tell he's thinking about everything he's saying. And I just, you know.
Well, it also, taking the time to think about what he's saying, it not only makes him more effective, but it also expounds upon the whole, he's the veteran, and he knows what he's doing. So he's taking his time because he can.
Yeah, he's got over a decade on Swan.
Because he knows better. He doesn't need to impress anybody.
Yeah. I mean, look,
great.
he is over, Swan's what, 25, 26? Kendrick is like 37, 38. He's got over a decade on Swan. He's got about 6-7 years on TJ.
Yeah, and Perkins, does he have that amount on TJ? TJ started very young.
I think TJ's like 31.
Something like that. TJ started when he was 19. He may, but
no, TJ started when he was 13.
Oh, well, even more so then.
Super young.
But in any case, I do agree that Kendrick probably has more veteran prowess.
No doubt, and that's what I love about him. So TJ Perkins taking on Brian Kendrick. I love the fact that, Kendrick is starting to win without chicanery, if you will.
Yeah.
He hits the sliced bread for the W, but they both get a lot of great moments in between, and these two have amazing chemistry. They could tell a great story. And I'll be honest, I mean, this triple threat match, I'm really excited for this weekend.
I'm very excited for that, just given the styles that all of them have. And I also like the fact that this match, like you said, didn't have chicanery, whereas the previous Cruiserweight match did, and they could have easily have done like two different like non-finish finishes.
Yep.
But instead decided to have it. Okay, if we only have two Cruiserweight matches, one can have a non-finish, but we can't have two. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, it's going to undermine the whole athletic competition and everything that the Cruiserweight division is touting.
Yes.
Along with 205 Live.
Of course, and when Kendrick has the title, I'm all about him cheating to win every single time, but we can't forget how good Brian Kendrick wins. So, no one should be shocked when he wins clean over anybody because he is that good and he's that calculated in the ring. And so, plus, it makes you wonder for this weekend, they've all been Cruiserweight champions over the course of like a month.
Yeah, that's right.
So really, anyone could win.
It's a pick'em.
Yeah. Are we hearing too much outlandish? I think we might be.
Yeah, that's the problem is whenever they want a nickname assigned to a person or a phrase, they beat it to hell.
We're approaching Neville the new sensation territory.
Yeah,
that crashed and burned pretty quick.
The new sensation, the big guy.
Well, that was more Ryback's
the lunatic fringe.
That one, yeah,
that's up there. That's still a
charismatic
thing.
Enigma.
But that's okay though. That is Jeff Hardy. We don't need to know Rich Swann is outlandish.
The nickname is fine.
Yeah.
But saying charismatic Enigma 3 times within a paragraph.
Yes.
And
I think outlandish is a little bit. It's a little silly. We know he's outlandish.
It's up there with Controlled Frenzy of Kofi Kingston.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
You're making me crazy.
Oh God.
That's also a drink on the TGI Fridays menu, I think.
Speaking of which, I need a drink.
So Foley then adds Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins to the tag team title match tonight, which means we have the second triple threat tag team match.
You know it's the Mac Militant. Coming to get it on.
Happy holidays, Teddy Long, wherever you are.
Teddy, we love you. What a great guy. So that's coming up in the main event tonight. So we're going to have Reigns and Rollins taking on Jericho and Owens taking on the New Day, baby, for the Raw tag team titles.
Yeah.
Next, we had a really cool video package hyping up Sasha and Charlotte 30-minute Iron Woman match, only the second one in history. Of course, the last one was Bayley and Sasha. This week it's going to happen. Announcers said there's going to be no rematch clause. Whoever wins the title will move on to the next challenger.
Yes. Loved every minute of this. Loved it. Again, it seems like every other week we praise, and rightfully so, the WWE editing team to create these awesome video and promo packages.
And I have a friend who works on the editing team. And she's the whole crew. Hi, Jess Palumbo, you're the best. The whole crew.
Thank you, Jess Palumbo.
They're amazing. Like, they should have their own separate category for amazing editing work. Like, they should all win awards every single year. Not only do they have to work fast, they have to work incredible. Think about it. Like, you'll see a video package on SmackDown from the night before on Raw.
Yeah.
Like, these people don't sleep.
These people don't sleep. They pull things together. They pull quotes. They pull all this other different sound mixing and all this stuff together to create not only create an entertaining video, but one that promotes something that I want to buy, that I want to see. And that's not easy at all.
And it's nonstop. They're always there, and I don't know how many people there are, but hats off to you. I can't say it enough. The editing department with WWE is so good, and they can make segments that are rather pedestrian look like it's a must-see.
Yeah. And
not that don't Sasha Charlotte's must-see. I'm just saying.
No, I mean they make a chicken salad out of chicken crap all the time. But when something is as awesome and as big as this upcoming Iron Woman match, they just take it to an even bigger level than it previously was.
Yep. And also recapped all the previous title matches: Hell in a Cell, Falls Count Anywhere, pretty much everything.
Yeah. Just their entire WWE history together.
And it all ends at Roadblock. End of the line.
End of the line.
This Sunday. Be there.
Nice.
Actually, can I watch it live this Sunday? Oh, yeah, I can, but I'm going to miss some of it.
Okay.
I'll be in Arizona.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Bayley taking on Alicia Fox. Bayley with the Bayley to belly for the win, but Alicia Fox said she's going to dedicate the match to Cedric Alexander.
Retro. Maybe some follow-up on 205 Line. I don't know.
Well, they're a thing, are they not, on the show?
They are on the Raw pre-show.
But I thought they were on 205 Live as well. She came to the ring with him and such last week.
They reference it on 205 Live, but most of the romance, so to speak, I think is on the Raw pre-show. Aside from referencing it on Raw, but we'll see what happens on 205 Live if Cedric is disappointed that Alicia didn't win, or just is nonplussed by it.
Yeah, so was Alicia...
Or gets another Bayley bear.
Yeah, so I guess all of a sudden Alicia Fox is heelish again, or she's just crazy?
I think she's mad in love with the Cedric Alexander and is a little overprotective.
Okay.
And it's fine because, you're allowed to have one crazy female character, and Alicia already established that. I miss it because, back in the day with the sodas.
Mm-hmm. Big fan of Alicia Fox.
Big fan.
She just got back from Afghanistan, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Tribute to the troops or USO? Or?
Yeah, it's a tour they do every year. So my friend Daniel Cook, who works for Armed Forces Entertainment, the same guy that does the Ringside Salute Tour, every year he'll go over with a group of WWE superstars. Usually it's Kuwait, but they went to Afghanistan this time. He just sent me pictures. Him, Alicia Fox, Big Show, R-Truth, and I'm missing one more person, and I don't remember who it was. I think it was a female. I just can't remember.
Lillian Garcia?
No, it was not. Why? She's doing a show here, Jimbo.
She just went over and sang over there, I think.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. Well, kudos to them.
Yeah, and actually, we're trying to put together one there.
Nice.
We'll see if we get over there in the spring. Any hoozles, let's move on. So yeah, Bayley, is she in a bit of a holding pattern right now, do you think?
Yeah. Whoever wins this Sunday will fight Bayley for the title, and I'm predicting probably Charlotte.
But the question is, with this Raw roster and the females that are currently on it, where does the loser of this Sunday's match go?
The loser is going to fight Nia Jax. I'm thinking.
Or the winner.
The winner.
Yeah, I think
actually, you know what? It depends.
I think we're way more likely to have the winner.
Yeah, I can see Sasha versus Nia fighting for the title too. Mm-hmm. So I think it's a question of not necessarily if it's Charlotte and Bayley or Sasha and Nia. It's which feud will involve the title.
Yeah. Oh, Charlotte. She was in Afghanistan with the crew.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Pretty cool photo. And Mark Henry.
Yeah.
There you go.
Good old Mark Henry. Mark Henry
best.
recently played WWE 2K17 with my buddy Puppet.
Really?
Yeah,
Where?
over at Ranker.com.
What's that?
I'll show you after. Puppet does some fun reviews and was recently on AfterBuzz SmackDown.
A puppet.
His name's Puppet.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
And he plays video games.
Well, he loves wrestling and he played WWE 2K17 with Mark.
But it's an actual hand puppet.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. He is a puppet. He's named Puppet.
I'm moving on. Rusev and Lana behind closed doors, everybody.
Dig it.
Oh, boy. So, last week, Rusev says he has destroyed every American hero one by one, and he disposed of Enzo, and he found out certified G stands for certified garbage.
Ooh.
That's right. Lana, yeah, they're basically just rubbing it in. Lana says that Enzo is stupid. He should have realized that only Rusev can have her. She says it every single week. And, of course, they reveal they set up the little rat Enzo. And if anyone insults Lana or Rusev, Rusev will crush them. And then she spells it out.
C-R-U-S-H-E-D. Crushed.
I really enjoyed that, actually.
I enjoyed that as well, and I did not do that due diligence.
No, but it was okay.
Do we have a Rusev tweet?
We will, yeah, you know, I'm working on it. Let me,
Rusev tweets.
yeah, let me work on the Rusev tweet. I'll let Barnesy, yeah.
So yeah, as is happened, Big Cass shows up, and he says that Enzo is back home covering himself and his whole body with ice.
Which, yeah, look, as a physical therapist, I can tell you, you don't want to use ice after 72 hours. Just saying.
This is true.
If you're using ice a week later, not so good.
No, that's not good for anybody. That's what you do to a cadaver. That's not what you do to a live human.
Good point.
And Cass says, Enzo, he likes to run his mouth, but at least he has the balls to back it up.
That's right.
And then, even though last week Rusev caught Enzo with his pants down, Cass says, this isn't a hotel room. I have my pants on, and I ain't Enzo. Mm-hmm. And then they fight.
That's right.
Fight. A brawl.
They do have a brawl, and of course it ends with Rusev retreating with Lana, Cass standing tall, but we're going to stand tall right now with a Rusev tweet. All right. Thank you, Lana, WWE, for the brilliant plan and setup. Thank you, WWE All Day 21, for being that stupid and falling for it. Revenge, revenge, all caps. Hell yeah.
I love Rusev. I love him so much.
Mm-hmm. And also, that's great. He quoted my friend Erik Watts in a tweet this week when he cashed in for our titles. That's fantastic.
Oh, what he just quoted, or what did he say?
On a recent episode of Championship Wrestling, Erik Watts cashed in the Percy Pringle Cup with Ty Matthews. But Erik Watts cashed in on the Hobo and Jervis Cottonbelly, the Friendship Express, and won the tag team titles all by himself. And so there's like a 2-minute clip of it happening, and Rusev actually quoted that by saying, "Still got the hair." So obviously he knows Watts from back in the day. But that's great, though. By Rusev tweeting that puts that segment over that much more,
Indeed.
and it gets more people to know about Championship Wrestling.
It means he's following his fellow colleague.
Thank you, Rusev.
Way to go, Rusev.
That's so cool.
He comes from another nation, makes something from himself here. He marries and defends the love of his life. How can you not root for Rusev?
We've said for a while, he's not really that bad of a guy.
No, he's not. He fights for what's right. He protects those that he cares about.
That's right.
Well,
Which is all you can ask of any man.
I know. And all these baby faces are just saying things at him. Mean things
Very
at
mean
things.
things.
And Lana. Hurtful.
Well,
shameful.
Again, they're doing pretty shameful.
Shameful. But at least we get to see now that the match is official. Big Cass versus Rusev for the kickoff show at Roadblock. End of the line.
Do you think is it official?
It's official.
Oh,
yeah.
I did not see that.
They announced it.
So kickoff show, we got Rusev versus Cass. All right.
Hoss battle. I'm for it.
I'll watch Rusev wrestle anybody.
I'll watch Rusev crush any day of the week.
I think he's fantastic, and I'm excited to see where him and Lana go, because I think they're both great performers, and obviously they have chemistry because they're married.
Pro wrestling's power couple.
Yes, it is. Well, Miz and Maurice.
I don't know.
Stephanie and Triple H.
Yeah,
Come on.
this is true. Now
They're powerful.
Now I want a Raw versus SmackDown power couple versus power couple match.
That'd be something.
That'd be a thing that I'd love
Pretty
to see.
solid.
Yeah.
Owen is still pumped up despite Roman and Rollins being added to the title match in the locker room. Jericho remains unconvinced. Jericho just says we should focus on winning the tag titles, then we'll go from there. And guess what, everybody? Emanilina is still coming.
She's coming. Okay. It's getting silly. It's getting to Funkasaurus levels.
Okay. Maybe it would make sense to debut after Roadblock.
Maybe, I guess. Or at Roadblock.
Maybe. That's the thing, dude, is we wonder, the state of the women's division. If Sasha and Charlotte go their separate ways, Emanilina would make a lot more sense.
Yeah.
But to me, this character is building up as someone who's not going to get in the ring for a while.
Maybe team with Dana Brooke, do something with those two.
They already
back
were.
together. Well, reunited and it feels so good.
No, they were doing well together.
Yeah, I don't know.
Makes you wonder.
It does make
But
me
didn't
wonder.
it say last week?
Yeah,
Next week on Raw.
I thought she was supposed to debut this week, which makes me further think that it's going to be that I would not be too terribly surprised if we hear Funk is on a roll and she shows up to dance to the Funkasaurus music.
Who?
Emanilina.
Really?
I don't know. They've done callbacks like that before. It wouldn't shock me.
Yeah.
And it fits her bubble, goofy personality. Even though I did love heel Cobra Emma.
She was
before
fantastic.
left.
And
That
I
was
give her
perfect.
all the credit in the world to have a lumbar disc issue and to get in the shape that she's gotten in. She was already beautiful. But I don't know if it's probably been a combination of working out,
It's discipline.
and obviously diet. And when you have a disc issue, the fact that she came back from it, not only that, and just got in incredible shape, hats off.
Agreed.
That's amazing for her.
Well, I'm looking forward to whenever she does debut.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn versus Jinder Mahal. Will it be his last match on Raw? Sami showcases the match, and it ends with a haluva kick. And Jinder, well, he falls short.
Yeah.
But Sami gets the win. Mick Foley comes out to the ring, and boy, oh boy, I can't say enough good things about this segment. He says he just got off the phone with Daniel Bryan, and he will be trading Sami to SmackDown once he signs this contract. And Sami says, well, I got a question. Do I get Braun Strowman? Mick says, no. He says, well, then I'll sign whatever you want. Get me out of here. And Foley says, well, don't you want to know who we're trading you for?
Someone of equal talent.
Equal talent, equal value, equal substance.
Yes.
I'm trading you for Eva Marie. And Philadelphia collectively loses their minds. Yeah. And this is where Sami goes off, and I love this. And I'm not going to even try to imitate it because I'm too tired, and I don't want to do it. I wouldn't be able to do it justice. He says, I'm worth 100 Eva Maries. I'm worth 1,000 Eva Maries. You don't get me, Mick. You used to be me. Give me Braun Strowman, damn it. Give him to me. He actually pushes Mick Foley, gets in his face. And that's when Mick reveals, there was never a trade. I wanted to get you to that point. I wanted to get you to that bitterness. I wanted to get you to that anger. Because this Sunday, you're taking on Braun Strowman at Roadblock.
I love this segment, not just because of the passion and all that, but there was logic behind it, because we've seen in NXT and we've seen another thing, and probably during the Fight Forever match against Owens, but aside from that, Sami Zayn is a goofy, happy guy. We don't get to see intense Sami Zayn. So it makes total sense for Foley to think to himself, well, is he too nice of a guy to actually have that killer instinct?
Yeah.
And it pays off, and it played off very well. And now we get this awesome bonus match for
10
Roadblock.
minutes. 10 minutes.
Yeah. Has to last for 10 minutes. I don't know, but I'm still kind of fuzzy about what that means. Does that mean if Sami lasts for 10 minutes, does he win?
I don't know.
Or if he, is it just a 10-minute time limit in general and it's a draw, or what? Because I know Strowman earlier mentioned that he could beat him in 2 minutes.
Yes.
So it's good to reference that, but I'm still fuzzy on the details on.
I'll tell you what,
this
though,
match.
these two completely sold me on this match. And I'll be honest, I didn't see it coming. I really did believe that Foley was trading him to SmackDown because it makes perfect sense. Sami Zayn, Daniel Bryan, they have a history, they have a friendship. He fits well on SmackDown. I thought it was happening. And when they pulled off the swerve and Mick Foley did that, that was such a cool moment between those two. That got me.
And it also
really
feeds
good.
off of real life, or at least something planted in real life, because you see Daniel Bryan on Twitter planting these things saying, "Hey, Sammy, I'm more than happy to have you over here on SmackDown," here and there, and referencing Sami Zayn on Talking Smack, and the little a few weeks back, the State of WWE address debate between the Raw and SmackDown general managers and commissioners, and it just fed into everything just beautifully.
Sure did. And of course, we had John Cena on SNL this past weekend. I have not had a chance to watch it yet, but chat roll, what do you think?
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to see it either.
Yeah.
But I heard he did well.
Sure, good stuff. And of course, we mentioned before the Rusev versus Big Cass Roadblock kickoff match has been announced. That takes us to the main event.
Yeah.
The second triple threat tag team match of the night with New Day.
Wait, is it? Yeah.
That's right. The New Day taking on Owens and Jericho, taking on Reigns and Rollins for the WWE Tag Team titles. And man.
Yeah. It was a long main event, too.
And Xavier Woods competing instead of Kofi.
Yeah. And Xavier showed some fire tonight.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't get to... I feel that out of the three of them, he doesn't wrestle, or at least get to show off too much.
Nope.
Because
but he can do it.
Oh, he can go. I know that he can go, but he hasn't had the opportunity to do so in a while. So it was very cool to see him just unleashing on Kevin Owens and being able to stand toe-to-toe with guys that are arguably not... this isn't a slam against Xavier as a wrestler. He's incredibly talented, but he's not necessarily as touted for his in-ring abilities as a Seth Rollins or Jericho.
Make no mistake
and so
about it,
forth.
Xavier Woods is a big game player.
Oh,
and
yeah.
When he wants to bring it, when he has a chance to bring it, he does.
And he did.
He certainly did.
Very much so.
And man, there were so many incredible moments in this match. Kevin Owens cheering on Chris Jericho.
Yeah, just every little moment, like Jericho just slaps him, and he goes, "Oh, right in the face!" Like just this sniffling little, trying to suck up, "Please like me," again. Thing.
Just really
move
good.
of Kevin Owens.
The stacked up double powerbomb suplex combo. My God.
Yeah. They did that spot. They did it well. Everything makes sense because not both Reigns and Big E went for the duos that had nothing to do with their tag team partner. The thing that I don't care for that spot for the most part is a lot of times you get the one half of the tag team or 1/3 or whatever to set up for the powerbomb or the superplex, and they end up sacrificing their partner in the process in order to make it look like a cool move. But at least this made logistical sense.
It did, and it was really impressive.
Yeah, it was super fun.
And you mentioned, Xavier Woods just crushing it, unlocking that killer instinct. Jericho hitting a tandem code breaker for a near fall, broken up by Rollins, pushing Owens into him, which was so great because it just got them fighting once again. Jericho, of course, didn't see it, started blaming Owens for not getting the pin. During the argument, Rollins, he hits Owens and Jericho. Owens falls to the outside. Rollins hits a pedigree on Jericho, but Big E then pulls Rollins out, and that allows Xavier Woods to just roll over and get the pin. And the New Day is about to make history.
For real this time!
Because they
Yes!
rock. Yeah, congratulations.
New Day
man.
rocks!
Just what a match, what a finish. But that's not the end of Raw.
No.
Jericho and Owens have a very tense stare down. Owens says, "What the hell is your problem?" Jericho says, "This is over." Owens tries to salvage things. Meanwhile, Reigns gets primed up for a spear. Owen hits that spear, and Jericho just bounces. Reigns holds up both the U.S. title and the Universal title as Raw goes off the air.
Oh, so Jericho is no more.
Well,
Or is it?
I don't know.
That's probably not. But but they made it. But they cemented that they are at least both not getting along this time.
So we got some time. We have time for another Rusev tweet. That's for
Two
sure.
Rusev tweet. Do you want to run down Roadblock?
Yes, we could do that.
Yeah.
So these are 3 tweets in a row. First one, New Jersey gas stations are the worst. I agree with you. I hate full-serve gas stations. I don't want anyone filling up my tank.
No.
His next tweet, waiting for 20 minutes now. And his third tweet, okay, the gas adventure ends in 31 minutes total time. I truly hope the man did not put diesel. Can you imagine? That's ridiculous. 31 minutes for freaking full serve? What?
That's New Jersey. Get over it.
I get so mad when
Do
I'm in
your
New
own
York and New
gas.
Jersey. I had a buddy in college from Staten Island, and of course we went to college in Philly, so there's no full serve in Pennsylvania. I'm not kidding. One day we're driving his car. We stopped to get gas. I had to fill up his tank because he did not know how to fill up his gas
Oh
tank.
my God.
This is a 21-year-old man at the time.
Ooh.
I think 21, 22.
And he grew up straight up in Jersey.
Grew up in New York.
Grew up in New York.
Staten Island, which is also full serve. Never once
So
in the history of his life did he fill up his gas tank. And I'll never forget the embarrassment in his face when we pulled in the gas station. He looks over, he goes, "Hey man, can you do it?" I go, "Do what?" Fill up my gas tank? I'm like,
oh,
I can. Why can't you do it? He goes,
that poor man.
I don't know how. And I was like,
Did you teach him eventually, or did you hold that over
oh,
him?
I made him stand and watch. And I'm like, "Sir, this is the last time I'm filling up your damn gas tank."
Well, you were a fine man that day.
It was incredible. I mean, it was so joyous for me to see a 21-year-old man who didn't know how to fill up a gas tank. that really, oh, my heart.
Oh, I can't even. I've never had full service. Never. Not
hate
even
it.
a little. I don't like other people touching my car to begin with anyway.
Sure.
So that thing is, that's my baby.
Well, I
Leave it
go
alone.
against the rules. If I pull into a full serve station, I get out and I start filling up and I just act stupid. I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know. Sorry."
Yep, sorry.
Anyways, you want to talk? Some Roadblock?
Let's talk Roadblock.
Okay, so let's see. Is there any match right away that like absolutely like sticks out that you're like, "All right, I'm pumped. Let's do this."
The Iron Woman match.
Yep, there
Let's
you
do
go.
it. I mean, I know that the Sasha and Charlotte have been going. They seem to have had a 3-year feud in 2.5 months, but they still have been delivering each and every time. And I think that they're going to put together and probably steal the show this Sunday.
Which leads me to my question.
Yeah.
Should they be closing out the show? I absolutely think they need to. Can you
Agreed.
imagine following that? Good luck, Reigns and Owens.
Yeah, it's not going to happen, and that's.
But here's the thing, though. It ended with Owens and Reigns.
Oh, you mean Hell in a Cell?
Raw.
Or Raw.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
Well, I mean, that kind of, I don't even know if that really tells you anything anymore, because there's some, I'm not sure.
Well,
But-
according to Wikipedia, the main event is Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns.
Well, yeah, Universal title, but I don't know if but that doesn't necessarily mean that it gets put on last.
Well, chat
Even main
roll.
events, though.
Chat roll, what do you think? Tell us right now. Who should be the final match closing out Roadblock and the line? Should it be the Iron Woman match, Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns?
Yep.
Or other?
Or other. Those are the main two.
Yeah, well, we got 6 matches. We got Cass and Rusev for a singles match. Wow, this Wikipedia got updated quick.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Jericho, Sasha Banks, Charlotte, Rich Swann, TJ Perkins, Kendrick, and Sami Zayn, Braun Strowman. It's a fun card.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I think that Sami Zayn will pull an amazing match out of Braun Strowman.
I'm very excited for that match,
Yeah.
actually.
It's definitely going to go the full 10 minutes.
Yeah, you'd think.
Yeah, I mean, being that they harped on that, I don't know, maybe Sami wins, depending on the language being used for this match, Sami wins probably by just outlasting him for 10 minutes, and then Strowman just squashes him after. I don't know.
Either way, I love David versus Goliath.
Indeed.
Always a big fan. But if you look at this card, there's good stuff. I mean, Rollins and Jericho are going to be fantastic.
Yes.
Cass and Rusev, it'll be a fun start because I love anything Rusev does, and I think this will be nice for Cass to maybe stand on his own. Maybe Enzo shows up.
I am always a fan of the old-fashioned hoss battle, and that's the recipe for it. If you get a 6'10" guy versus a brute, that's what's going to happen.
Big
I'm
time.
looking forward to it.
And, of course, the triple threat for the Cruiserweights, they're going to put on a hell of a show. And then we got the Iron Man match. And
I'm calling it Iron Woman. Come on.
I mean, it's always been an Iron Man match, though. So it's like, I don't think it's
Just because
disparaging.
things have always been a thing, should they still be a thing?
Well, no, I'm not saying that. But my point is, either way, it's fantastic.
It's going to be an amazing match, but I'm sticking my guns with Iron Woman. But who do you think's going to win what? Money on the table, metaphorically.
Yeah, because there's no money here.
Yeah.
Are you talking every match, or are we talking?
Yeah, let's go one by one.
All right, Cass Rusev. I'm saying Rusev.
I'm going to say Rusev Crush.
Yes.
I want it.
Kevin. Oh wait, no. Let's go. Sami Zayn, Braun Strowman.
I'm going to say Zayn wins, but Strowman ends up towering and standing over a crumpled Sami Zayn.
And by Zayn winning, you mean he doesn't get the pin, he lasts 10 minutes.
Yes.
I think Braun wins the match with like 5 seconds left. Something like that.
Yeah.
Rich Swann, Perkins, Kendrick. That's a tough call, man.
It's a tough call. I know two things. One, there will be amazing high flying, and two, they're going to tie each other into knots in submission holds.
Sure.
I'm going to say Swann retains, and he steals the pin somehow.
I think you're probably right because there has been a lot of title changes between the three so far. Going to go with you on that one. Rollins, Jericho.
I think the fans will win, just because it's arguably the greatest wrestler that has been in WWE for the past 20 years in Chris Jericho, versus arguably the best main event in ring technician in Seth Rollins, and they're gonna tear the house down. But I think Rollins is gonna win somehow, like just because of the whole drama with Jericho and Owens will somehow be put into.
You don't think we'll see Triple H?
I think we'll see Triple H, but not in that match. I think he'll be involved in the Owens retaining.
You do?
Yeah.
Versus Reigns?
Yeah.
Why?
Because Triple H doesn't care for Roman Reigns either.
No, I get that, but I mean, Seth Rollins is calling him out.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm sure. Well, on further retrospect, maybe you're right. It's maybe Tripp shows up for that, but I can easily see Triple H feuding not just with Rollins, but Rollins and Reigns, forcing a Shield pseudo reunion.
Yeah.
And a new authority rising.
This one's a tough call.
Yeah.
I would like to say Kevin Owens would cost Jericho the match, but he's already done that.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna say
probably Rollins wins. Actually,
you would think.
Well, because going off of what you're saying, Rollins said himself, I have to beat Jericho, I have to beat Owens, and then I have to beat Triple H. So it's like a stage 1 boss in video game terms.
Yeah.
So
Rollins.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Moving on, Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns. I mean, gotta be KO.
Yeah.
Reigns has to get some kind of feud for the U.S. title.
That's the thing that's holding him back. That and
if Reigns is holding 2 titles, the universe collectively is gonna get a little peeved.
Yeah, it's gonna get. They're not very happy with that anyway, and but that's the big strike against him is Reigns, and also we just saw him tower with both belts at the end of Raw tonight, which, pattern-wise telegraphs the finish. Usually, if we're speaking from traditional booking standpoint.
There you go. And finally, the 30-minute Iron Man/Woman match. Sasha Banks taking on Charlotte Flair. Does it flip-flop again?
I want Sasha to win because I don't think Charlotte needs the women's title, personally.
She doesn't. And also, if they think Nia Jax is ready, insert Nia Jax into the title picture.
Yeah. And I also think that Bayley versus Charlotte also that feud also doesn't need to have a championship, and it could eventually build to Bayley versus Sasha later on.
Yeah, and then of course you have Emanilina could be maybe doing something with Dana Brooke because she wants to hang out again. Dana Brooke's like, nah, I'm with Charlotte, whatever. So
and then Alicia Fox just gets mad in general and wants to win the women's title to impress Cedric.
There you go. So we're saying Sasha.
I'm personally I'm saying Sasha, but I think it could go either way, and that's a good thing because that's how they've been booking it.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun card for sure.
Yeah.
This Sunday it's going to be a good final pay-per-view of the 2K16. Before we go, I just want to say one thing about the Wrestling Compadres on Fox Sports. We had an amazing week, guys. We had 3 episodes this past week. We had Broken Matt Hardy, and
so good.
Quite possibly it rivals my interview at Stardust 2 years ago as my favorite interview of all time. Just please listen or watch. You can go on YouTube. Just search the Wrestling Compadres Slamcast. You could watch the interview. Matt Hardy was on Skype. You could see his face. At one point, he starts biting. It's amazing. And then Dale Rutledge went to Ring of Honor's Final Battle, and he got to talk with Will Ospreay, Nigel McGuinness, and Cole Cabana. We did all that in 1 week, guys. So if you're listening or watching this show, you should be listening and watching the Fox Compadres. Follow us at Fox Compadres. That's all I wanted to say.
And download those and save them. And whatever you do, don't delete.
Do not delete.
Do not delete.
And our blood drive was a huge success. Anyone who was asking, we had over 100 donors over 3 days, so that was super cool. But Erik Barnes, put yourself over.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Erik W. Barnes. I just do stand-up and improv all throughout the Los Angeles area. I don't know any of the shows offhand because I am terrible at my memory and at my schedule book. But follow me there, and I'll shill and I'll advertise. I'll talk to you. We can talk wrestling. We can tell jokes and have a good old time on the internet.
And where can people find you?
Again, at Erik W. Barnes. I changed my Twitter handle because SAG-AFTRA.
Really?
Yeah. I'm Erik W. Barnes.
They made you change your Twitter handle?
They didn't make me, but it helps.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to talk about that.
We'll talk.
I'm at Loquasto. This weekend I'll be at the Tempe Improv in Arizona with my buddy Craig Shoemaker. So if you're in Arizona, want to come out to a show, hit me up and I will tell you all about it. This Wednesday I will be in San Diego doing an amazing show at a place called Reds. And so if you have a question about that, if you're in San Diego, hit me up. Otherwise, like I said, jlocomedy.com and Fox Compadres, guys. I can't say enough about the show. It's so fun. Anyways, follow Ty Matthews at Ty Matthews PMA and Marquia McCarty at Marquia McCarty. Thanks for watching, guys. We love you. We'll see you next week. And Jimbo in the booth.
Peace.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.